Good evening, everybody! Jason here from Calgary, Alberta, Canada, with the next installment of 100 Days of Gaming. 100 Days of Gaming is part of Extra Life, the 24-hour gaming marathon that's part of the Children's Miracle Network. If you want to play games that heal kids, go to www.extra-life.org. There you can sign up for free and then start collecting pledges from your friends, family, and coworkers so that you can play games for 24 hours. And this year the big day is November 2nd, or any day that you want. I've been part of Extra Life now for 7 years, and all the pledges I've been collecting help the kids at the Alberta Children's Hospital right here in Calgary, Alberta. That helps out over 100,000 sick and injured children every year. And you can help sick and injured children at your local children's hospital by signing up for Extra Life. Collect pledges from your friends, family, and coworkers, and then by playing games for 24 hours on November 2nd. You play games and heal kids. It's that amazing. Last year in 2018, over 50,000 participants in 107 countries helped over 10 million kids at 170 children's hospitals across Canada and the US by raising over $13.48 million. So, if you would like to know more about Extra Life, or if you'd like to sign up yourself, go to www.extra-life.org. Okay, well, tonight I'm pressing pause on the Final Fantasy VII playthrough again. It's because that I want to read up more before the grand finale, just to make sure that I don't miss anything now that I'm on Disc 3 of the game, and just about to descend into the Northern Crater and face off against Sephiroth for the final battle, but I want to make sure I'm good and prepped up for that. So tonight for the next hour, I'm actually going back into Final Fantasy XIV. Yeah, I'm a big fan of that game, but I admit I haven't touched this game since the summer event. So yeah, I've actually been neglecting my Final Fantasy XIV adventuring career. So I really want to get back into that tonight and see what I could do in order to advance the story along. Okay, so let's just head right on in. And a queue to get in. At least it's in the single digits. Yeah, that was quick. Okay. Yeah, truth be told, I actually haven't seen much of Final Fantasy XIV ever since the Shadowbringers expansion launched. Now, don't get me wrong, I was really looking forward to it. I really do want to play it a lot, but that's about when 100 Days of Gaming started, and I made the decision that I wanted to try to complete Final Fantasy VII. So that's kind of been eating a bit into my 14 time. So, in any case, let's just check out what I got to do with the next story event. Okay, so looks like, if I remember correctly, I guess that now is the time for me to head over to Gilmore. That great big pleasure city over in the distance there. Okay, let's head on up. Oh, just ignore me, I'm not worth it. I just love getting the map all filled up as I go. It's how I really fulfills my OCD. Kalusia seems peaceful, does it not? almost familiar? I had a similar impression on the Crystarium. Even in this distant world, people are much the same. To think that whenever a calamity struck the source, a reflection such as this one, with all of its culture and history, was being erased from existence. No, get away from me! Over there! Quickly, someone's in trouble! Sorry, buddy, you were in my way. Okay, search for the source of the scream. Okay, this looks like it. Well, thank the fates! Look out! Too far away. Yeah, stay down. Need help, madam? Oh, my poor heart. Thank you, young sir. Ah, there you are. In my haste, I lost my bearings, but I see you have the situation well in hand. Fine work. Are you all right, madam? Just a few bruises from where I fell. Nothing compared to what was in store for me. Take two. I know I'm a fast reader. Just a few bruises from where I fell. Nothing compared to what was in store for me before this brave soul came to my rescue. I honestly thought I was done for. My feet are not as swift as they once were, and I knew there was no one left to hear me scream. Not that I let that stop me. I should probably leave my old house behind and queue up outside Eulabor with the rest of them. Doubt those fancy lords and ladies will welcome an old crone like me. Still, even a shot near the gate has to be safer than staying here. One would hope. Either way, I suggest you avoid wandering alone, lest you make the Sin Eaters' task any easier. Thank you again. You saved my life. Now, I'm sure a strapping lad like you has little to fear, but I wouldn't linger long in this place. There's naught to be had here but cobwebs and memories. 'Tis as the lady says. Many in these parts have abandoned their homes to live in Eulmore's shadow. Should the Sin Eaters descend upon this region, there are precious few with the strength to fight them off. Speaking of which, what have you been told of these monsters? Backstory. Yes, Elize would be well qualified to speak on the subject. Compared with Amareng, Colusia is almost a heaven. But as you saw, we cannot let our guard down. Had you arrived just but a few moments later, the Sin Eaters would have claimed another victim. Still, we've won a small victory this time at least. Now, shall we press on? We need to return where the road forks and follow the path that leads west. Okay, well, I'm not actually playing Final Fantasy VII tonight. At least I'm gonna ride in spirit. And this is one of the digital goodies I got for attending the last FanFest in Vegas. Ether conferences nearby? Possibly. And here we are. Yeah, it looks rather bleak if you ask me.
That gate up ahead is known as the Open Arms, and Ulmore itself lies beyond. This, meanwhile, is the aptly named Gate Town, the dwelling place of the many desperate souls who hope to be chosen to live in the city proper.
Ah, I thought I recognized you. Brought a new friend, eh? I'll bet you got a trick or two up your sleeve. Maybe even 3. Care to show me?
He's not here to compete. Leave him be.
What? I was only making conversation.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention, please! Greetings to our hopeful petitioners, one and all! Ulmore extends its warmest regards.
Did I come in the middle of Mardi Gras or something?
Let it be known that a lady of distinction wishes to dine on fish divine. We seek a master culinarian who can guarantee seafood perfection. Dazzle the matron with your delicious dishes, and life in the city will be yours to enjoy, even on days when fish is not on the menu. Who among you will answer the call? Name yourself or another. We might not at all.
Fish, is it? Was there anyone?
What about that girl?
Do you recall how I said Ulmore was a center of power and authority? Well, that is not the only reason for its fame. It is also known as the City of Final Pleasures. The noble and the wealthy who survived the flood gathered here to live out the rest of their days in decadent abandon. A poor man could sooner pass through the Iron Needle than Ulmore's gates. The only way the common folk can enter this perverted paradise is if they fulfill the whim of one of the privileged. And so they are picked over like market produce.
This parallel dimension really is messed up.
What a catch! We'll not be throwing this one back. Having seen your all too obvious charms, we welcome you with open arms. Come, join us in a city of splendor and live out your life in an ecstasy of endeavor. Oh, just look at those expectant faces.
What could you possibly be waiting for? Well, what have we here? An extra share of meal to celebrate our newest resident!
For you. Enjoy!
Thank goodness.
Meal is a foodstuff which Yulmore routinely doles out to the people of Gatetown, and apparently a staple for its citizens as well.
Kinda looks like a peach.
Many here rely on it to survive in these times of scarcity. Yet the whole arrangement just seems... well, let's just say it leaves a bad taste in my mouth.
Bad peaches. Gotcha. Hey there. Now you understand why my attempts to enter the city have thus far come to naught. Dubious privileges of residency must be won via contest with ever-changing rules. They say this policy has been in place for the past 2 decades, ever since Yulmore's current ruler came into power. Yet for what I have seen, it does more harm than good. Not only does it distract people from our shared struggle against the Sin Eaters, it robs them of their self-sufficiency. I've tried to propose ways they could improve their lot, but my words invariably fall on deaf ears. The attitude is so entrenched now. I worry that, well, mayhap you should take a turn around Gatetown and judge the situation for yourself. Oh, and also looks like that there's also quests to take place around here as well, so... Let's help the citizenry, because I am an adventurer! It looks like you get some good gear here. Please, won't anybody help us? It's my brother. His belly hurts so much he can't even move. I don't think the fresh water we brought was fresh at all. Could you talk to the potion maker first, mister? I already tried, but when he started explaining the things he wanted for the medicine, I got scared and ran away. I really don't want to double back too much, so... So, this is on the way. Looking to get inside? Of course you are. Who wouldn't want to live each day with a full belly and a pretty partner on each arm, eh? Still here, are you? Can't blame you for wanting a slice of Yulmore's pie. If you ask me, you should ditch that sour-faced brat and make your home for yourself here. Gatetown's not much to look at, but at least it's safe. And the mule is the best thing I've ever tasted. My ether compass is tingling. Okay, you saw that. He jumped me. Take that. Okay, that guy looks big. Just ignore me. Oop, wrong way. Kind of forgot the controls. Welcome, welcome, welcome. What concoctions are you after today, then? Ah, yes, I remember the young girl and her ailing brother. I'd used the last of my bark, you see, and all I wanted for her was to gather some from the trees on the cape. The way she ran off, you'd think I asked for a bowl of her blood or something. Welcome to collect a few strips in her steed if you like, although I don't expect you want the bother. Still here? Very well then, find some trees and use this knife to very carefully peel away 3 pieces of nice dry bark. I won't hold my breath. Okay, I guess I gotta go all the way back up there in order to... I have a feeling that ether current may be somewhere around here, but... Okay, let's go get some bark! Okay, excellent. Yeah, this little FedEx quest should be easy enough to do. Use the copper knife on the trees northwest of Galetown to gather strips of dried bark. A harvesting knife borrowed from a potion maker. He wants it back. I just love the flavor text in this game. Okay, I've got it. The next big thing in the next big internet disruptor. It's like Uber, but for collecting bark off trees. You get that one for free, chat. You know what? They should really add an emote for when you're riding the bike. It shows you swinging your sword left and right as you ride. Yeah, just like on the highway case on Final Fantasy VII. Well, no doubt I'm sure that they've got some kind of crossover event. Maybe right now in the earliest stages of planning for when the game actually does come out in March, but see what happens. See, you finally came to your senses. Let's have that knife back then. Here's your dried bark. A piece of papery bark which serves as an ingredient for various herbal concoctions. What's this? You actually went to harvest the bark? What could you possibly hope to gain? Kindness will get you nowhere in this rotten town. What a weird soul you must be. I suppose you have no choice now but to mix up the cure I promised. Hey, I'm an adventurer. It's what we do. I make some herbs and powders together with the bark you brought. A few pellets a day should soon settle the aches in the lad's stomach. Never mind the payment. After all, it's you who done most of the legwork. You know, I'd hope to trade my healing skills for a life in Yulmore, but maybe my place is here, amongst the poor and the desperate. To help for the sake of helping, to be needed. It's not a bad feeling. Who's your friend here? You a newcomer? Wicked white, that's all I bloody needed, another rival. Well, nice to meet you too, buddy. go and see the potion maker? Yep, herbal pellets. A pouch full of brown-colored pellets. Take 3 a day to settle upset stomachs. And apply it directly to the forehead. Or my brother? Oh, thank you, mister. You saved his life. You'll be wanting coin, right? I'm not sure we... No, we need. I'm an adventurer. It's what I do. What do you mean, nothing? Here, you must take these at least. I collected them myself. Thank you again. Okay, got some XP and... White oak ring coffer. Polished oak chest with lavish filigree that suggests a valuable accessory lies within. Okay, let's see what I got. A high-quality Isle Wolf ring of slaying. Oh, and I've already got regular quality ones. Well, every little bit counts. Okay, I must remember to reattach that material when I get the chance. Okay, now, who's the next helpless citizen that needs my help? Songstress of the Sea. The aspiring songstress reaches the practice of singing without interruption. What have we here? An admirer come to exult in the purity of my vocal splendor? No? Gary, you should feel honored to meet me as if I was ever allowed to test the limits of my instrument. One day I shall be to talk of Yulmore, nay, all of Norvrand, but first I must secure a venue in which to practice. If I sing but at a fraction of my full volume, the cretins around here become so unreasonably angry, insulting even. Thus I have taken to finding a quiet spot near the coast. Yet even there, my scales and trills seem to drive the wildlife into a frenzy. I can scarce begin my practice while I'm forced to flee from some enraged beast. You look like to have seen your fair share of fighting. What say you to standing guard, allowing me my fair share of singing? Pretty, 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 please. Okay, guess the next stage here, I gotta take a look here in this pot. A large pot bubbles over the flame. Pale chunks, you'll, you realize, float in the otherwise plain broth. This place is a stink to it, eh? I've been here long myself, but I can help you get the lay of the land if you want, newcomer. What? 8-Town? It's a place to feed on the scraps what fall on your face as you look up and hope and dream. At least with Lord Falthree in charge, we've not to fear from the eaters. And you can't hardly complain when they hand out food and ask for naught in return. Once you're chosen, though, they say it's like living in a whole nother world. You just need to polish a skill and get yourself noticed by a free citizen. One day, my friend. One day. What do you do here? Much the same as everyone else, I suppose. Just trying to survive. Used to be a fisherman. But then it got into my head that Gilmore was the place for me. No more shivering on a boat or scaling a fish in a shack. No, sir. It was long before I realized my fishing skills weren't exactly high demand. Look, 8-Town ain't so bad. Once you can learn to ignore the smell, and he wrote. I have no desire to go back to where I was. When I left, I cut ties with everything. My home, family, all of it. I'm content to live on leavings from Gilmore's tables and away from my chance to see the good life. Okay, I think I'll do other quests while I'm here. Ugh, oh my poor sensitive nose. Do you not smell that awful stench? What we require here is a strategically placed sachet of ground Colusian sage. The trouble is, I'm not quite willing to die in the process of obtaining said herb. What of you, sir? Sage is all plenty near the clave should the promise of reward overshadow any fear you may have of stabbing tooth and rending claw. 2 generous bunches should suffice. Oh, hearing good. What I wouldn't give for just one mouthful of juicy meat. I've eaten nothing but mule for warm moons that I can count. I mean, I'm grateful for the handouts and all, but sometimes a man needs variety. I had me a roasted game bird about now, I'd strip that beauty down to the bone. You ever tried catching one of those tragopans? It's like asking to have your eyes pecked out. What, you reckon you could do better? Go ahead and make me eat my own words, just so long as they come with a single side dish of bird flesh. Make sure you bring it back alive and kick it, you understand? There's a rope to twist it up and a sack to carry it. You might need to daze it a bit first. Let's see. Oh, there's the ether current. I think I'll pick it up while I'm here. Maybe some time later. Okay, and speaking of time, I see I've been on for half an hour now, so this is a good time for a station break. You're watching me play Final Fantasy XIV as part of 100 Days of Gaming. 100 Days of Gaming is part of Extra Life, the 24-hour gaming marathon that's part of the Children's Miracle Network. If you want to play games that heal kids, go to www.extra-life.org. There you can sign up for free and then start collecting pledges from your friends, family, and coworkers so that you can play games for 24 hours straight on November 2nd or any day that you want, and all the pledges go toward your local children's hospital to help sick and injured children. I've been part of Extra Life now for 7 years, and I play games to help raise money and awareness for the Alberta Children's Hospital right here in Calgary. That helps out over 100,000 sick and injured children every year. So with Extra Life, you play games and heal kids. It's that simple. You have a lot of fun by doing a lot of good. And again, this year the big day is November 2nd, but it can be whatever day that you want. You can play as long as you like, not 24 hours. We won't send the cops after you. You can play whatever you like, as long as you like, wherever you like, stream if you like. It's all good because you'll be playing games to heal kids. Last year in 2018, over 50,000 participants in 107 countries helped over 10 million kids at 170 children's hospitals across Canada and the US by raising over $13.48 million. So, if you would like to know more about Extra Life, or if you'd like to sign up yourself, go to www.extra-life.org. But now, let's get back to Final Fantasy XIV. Oh, up here I can play tourist for a little bit. Sightseeing log entry complete. Okay. Yeah, I remember when they first launched the sightseeing log. It was actually a little confusing, since that you could only actually trigger the sightseeing point at different times of day. Sometimes the weather conditions factored in as well. I tell you, it was rather inelegant. Here's the view. Cape Town is a haphazard mess of shacks and lean-tos, the result of refugees throwing up shelters as they wait for their chance to embrace the comforts of Yulmore. The living conditions can best be described as abysmal. The regular distribution of mule and minimal risk of eater attacks has only seen the population increase over time. Yee! Just look at it. Can you imagine a more beautiful city? Every day I dream of the life that waits for me inside those walls. Oh, will they ever pick me? Okay, so I'll talk to Alphino before heading off on these fetch quests. You see what Gate Town has to offer. These people can no longer fend for themselves. They've become dependent on handouts of Miol and believe Yulmore is the answer to all their woes. Yet no matter how I frame my encouragement, they seem unwilling, unable to conceive of any other way of life. Okay, waste gear. Deep oak plate belt of mating. High quality one. Take that. Since I can't use you anymore. Okay, I'll come back and talk to you later. I've got stuff to do. Okay, here it is. Use a wrangling rope on a weakened tragopan. Okay, so that's the bad guy I got a whale on. And use this rope once I whittled him down a bit. Try the rope! Gotcha! I usually find that whenever you gotta do subdue quests like that, once you've got the target down to about a third of their HP, that's when they're vulnerable to whatever you gotta do to them. No thanks, I'm good for Tragopan, thank you. I'll bet the next ether current must be over there, but... Okay, let's just sneak a sneaky peek up here first before moving on. So let's see what's up here. it doesn't seem there's anything up around here, so let's press on. So tis so invigorating to sing here. I feel as if my voice rings clear across the sea. Now, if you'd be so kind as to intercept any nuisances before they ruin my practice, I should be most appreciative. Gotcha, I'm the security guard. I'm done with that. Bloodbath ability, so charge a little bit. Okay, guess I gotta do this again. Oh, jeez. You're big. I fought bigger. Oh, jeez. Rud. And that's gonna head all the way back there. Yeah, because there's no aetherites around here, so... Okay. Okay, in the end, all I hurt was my pride, so... Yeah, might as well repair everything I've got for now. So I know my fisherman's gear needs a little bit of repairs because all that fishing I took part in during the summer festival. Okay. Well, whatever doesn't kill you makes you stronger. So. fill in another part of the map. Oh, I dare not try to... Oh, I should survive that. Okay. Try this again. Take two. Okay, so let's be a little bit less deady this time. The old leg sweep move so that I can stun him the next time he wants to burp that crap at me. Alright. Much smoother that time. Yeah, that was simply wonderful. Don't know how long it's been since I was last able to sing to my heart's content. And it's all thanks to you. Let us return to town so that I may show you my proper gratitude. Ow. Ugh, bit of a rough landing there. What's up, dude? Thank you ever so much for your help. I almost wish I could keep you on as an assistant. I know I seem to be struggling for a rough patch at the moment, but once I make a name for myself in Yulmore's cabaret show, the privilege will be climbing over each other to offer me patronage. And then, when I'm wealthy and famous, you shall have the reward you deserve. For now, however, this is all I can afford. Consider it an advance payment. Well, job's a job. How fared your harvesting efforts? Here you go, 2 bunches of Colossian sage. Yes, this is a goodly amount. Thanks. A moment while I prepare an experimental sachet. I'll just grind these up, add a sprinkle of this, a dash of that, and 'tis done. Ah, 'tis akin to inhaling a springtime breeze. I must begin producing these fair-scented pouches in bulk. You, sir, have the privilege of putting my aromatic creation to the test. Place one of my sachets behind this foul-smelling shack and inform me of the results. So now I'm a Glade plugin? Well, the tiny pouch does exude the powerfully present aroma of Calusian sage, so we'll just sprinkle it on there. The rank fumes permeating the air are slowly replaced by a pleasant, refreshing scent. Did my sachet prove the victor in that contest of fragrances? Yep. Don't stink. Well, that is satisfying to hear. I shall continue manufacturing these pockets of sage and proceed with secreting them about the place. The thing is, the folk of Galetown often paw for the refuse discarded by the free citizens of Yulmore. Such salvage items have, however, spent no short span of time moldering amongst actual garbage. Thus the offensive odor I've been forced to endure, but no longer! Thanks to you, my olfactory senses will be spared. Please pray accept this token for your trouble. But tell me there's a bird in that sack. The sack jerks violently with a thrashing of its angry, feathered occupant. Oh, that's a feisty one. Nice work, stranger. Ah, to see this fellow all trussed up for the dinner table reminds me of being back in Stilltide. It's years since I left to chase after Yulmore's promises, but I'm no closer to getting through that gate than when I started. Maybe it's time I give up on hollow dreams and went home to my old mom. Anyway, thanks for the bird, friend. Okay, and now I can get a white oak earring. Right, a pair of hematite earrings of slaying. Oh, could I actually potentially have better earrings on my person right now? Let's see. Earrings of slaying. Oh, yep, that's a 385, and right now the one I've got is a 390. So, and yep, the computer agrees with me. Okay, so what I'm going to do is that I am actually going to put these in my inventory, and I'm going to sell them off first chance I get. Okay, it looks like I'm done helping the local populace for now, so let's get to Alphino for a bit. Wears a look of profound disapproval. What will you say? So you disapprove of these people's way of life, or you disapprove of... So you disapprove of Yulmore? It is difficult to make a final judgment without first seeing the city's inner workings. Mayhap it is that uncertainty which always makes me feel so ill at ease here. Not that it matters. However unjust the system seems to me, if these people claim to be content with their lot, it's hardly my place to criticize their choices. But take that elderly lady you rescued. Does it not seem that those who have chosen to forgo Yulmore's largesse are doomed to suffer for their independence? In the end, they're all but forced to seek refuge in Gate Town. So hamlets and fields across the island are left empty and unattended, hastening the region's descent into ruin. Nay, I'm not convinced that Yulmore's generosity truly serves the best interests of Lucia's people. I'm not so naive as to think there is some miraculous solution to all this. Yet I cannot help but frown at the sight of hardworking villagers struggling to survive, even as the chosen few rejoice at being plucked from poverty by the hand of a capricious noble. There has to be a better way. I will not know for sure, however, until I have taken those long-delayed steps through Yomor's gates. It's fortunate that you arrived when you did, Jern. I've been working on a scheme to insulate myself into the city, and if all goes to plan, it should soon come to fruition. There's a beast tribe who makes its home in the seas surrounding the island, the Ondo they are called, though you and I know them as Saganin. For the most part, they keep to themselves in their ocean grottos, and rarely have dealings with land dwellers. But as Tataru took such great pains to impress upon me during our stay in Kugane, business favors the bold, and so I reached out to them. I duly discovered the Ondo are inordinately fond of land-grown produce, fresh fruits in particular, and when I offered to procure such goods for them, they promised to pay me in pearls. An attractive business venture for any prospective investor, would you not agree? Surely even the most jaded Ilmoran lord would have time for a merchant who could make pearls from plums and pumpkins. Yes, I've come a long way since my days of buying samurai swords without first negotiating a price. You'll never let me live that down, won't you? My appointment with the Ondo is due to take place in a few hours. I just need to collect the produce and meet with them on the shore. Might you help me make the exchange? Sure. No, I'm up for anything. Excellent. You should be glad of your company. First things first then. We must pay a visit to Basha Moa, my supplier in Right. Come, it's just to the northwest of here. Sneaking around the corner. Hey, I guess I gotta go to this town called Right. Okay, it looks like that there's an ETH right there, so I guess I'll attune there and then call it a night. Still, this looks like it'll be that will actually be a good time to wrap things up for the evening. We have a Morrow for hire if you're interested. Actually, before I forget, let me add your name to register. That way you'll be able to come back here anytime that you like. Where can I go? You can only go to Stilltide. But... That's my home point in the meantime. Okay, and guess that will be it for now. Okay, so you've been watching me play Final Fantasy XIV as part of 100 Days of Gaming. 100 Days of Gaming is part of Extra Life, the 24-hour gaming marathon that's part of the Children's Miracle Network. If you want to play games that heal kids, go to www.extra-life.org. There you can sign up for free and then start collecting pledges from your friends, family, and coworkers, and all those pledges go toward your local children's hospital as they heal sick and injured children. I've been part of Extra Life for 7 years now, and I play games to help raise money and awareness for the Alberta Children's Hospital right here in Calgary, Alberta, that helps out over 100,000 sick and injured children every year. And Extra Life is a great way to have a lot of fun by doing a lot of good. You play games and heal kids. And it's that easy. Hey, I'm dancing here. Last year in 2018, over 50,000 participants in 107 countries helped over 10 million kids at 170 children's hospitals across Canada and the US by raising over $13.48 million. So, if you would like to know more about Extra Life, or if you'd like to sign up yourself, go to www.extra-life.org. Or, if you'd like to help me in my efforts to help the kids at the Alberta Children's Hospital, you'll find a link to my donation page below. Hey, I'm dancing here. So, thanks for tuning in to watch me play Final Fantasy XIV Shadowbringers up for the last hour. I'll be back again tomorrow night for the next installment of 100 Days of Gaming. Thanks for watching, and remember, as always, it's for the kids. Good night, everybody.